Show me your calendar and I'll show you how much wealth you've got. Something that I've been working through lately with my team, and I thought I'd share some insights because it's something that I've taken for granted, and maybe this is an important lesson for you. I see so many business owners who get caught up in the day-to-day of their business, and they allow their business to take control of their lives. They end up perpetually putting out fires, and they're not happy with the results that they're getting. And of course, if you keep doing the same old stuff and you keep expecting a different result, it's pretty crazy, right? So there's some strategies that I implemented many years ago that could be useful to you about how do you structure your high-performance calendar to get more done and ultimately seize back control of your business and the results that they provide you. So I was very fortunate that I had a mentor many years ago. His name was Harry. And when Harry took me on board, he said, Jackson, when you turn up on Monday, I want you to have a hard copy annual calendar, an annual diary, an annual planner that's broken up by days, that basically has time slots for each and every single day. I want you to bring a pencil, I want you to bring a rubber, I want you to bring a sharpener, and I want you to bring a pack of 5 color highlighters. And I'm like, okay. I did it, went and got the calendar, brought it in, and he showed me how to use it. And Harry, for 25 years, had basically structured his diary in the exact same way. Each week, he'd plan out all of his activity, of all of the appointments that he was going to do, all of the places that he was going to be allocating his time. He would color code them all. Blue would be for client meetings. Red would be for new income generation. Orange would be for team meetings. Green would be for personal time. Yellow would be for strategic partnerships. Purple would be for high leverage income producing opportunity. And I've been running this system for basically over a decade now, and it's absolutely changed my life. Now, I see so many individuals, some of my team members included, that they've never been taught how to structure their calendar. And ultimately what they end up doing is just perpetually putting out fires, getting pulled in all of these different directions. The phone is ringing, they're getting distracted, and they wonder why they're not getting any productive work done. Because it's been proven that when we time box, that we block out allocated time in order to deal with certain things, and those things need to be grouped together and similar in terms of the bandwidth and the skill set required in order to execute on them, we become more efficient because we get an opportunity to get into a state of flow. We get a roll on, and we ultimately end up becoming more productive as a result. Now, this is how I manage a portfolio of businesses with 45 staff members and over 1,000 clients. And if I didn't have this system in place, my life would be absolute chaos. So, how do you go about it? Well, the first things first is that you need to create a quarterly plan. You need to be clear on what it is that you're actually trying to achieve over the course of the next 13 weeks. Because typically how we break this down is that we have 11 weeks of planning and 2 weeks of holiday, rest, and recovery, okay? We believe in the 44-week year, and this is the reason why we have 8 weeks off a year. Now, at the beginning of that cycle, we need to then plan out what we're trying to achieve over the remainder of that cycle. What are the big goals we want to achieve? What's the profit goals, the revenue goals, the business valuation goals, the cash flow goals, the wealth goals, whatever it might be. I want you to come up with a series of goals, and we typically do that by going through an evaluation of what we call the wheel of life, the 8 key areas of your life, and then the wheel of business, the 8 key areas of your business. And this will then highlight the areas where you need to focus your attention the most. Now, we come up with these big goals that we want to achieve over that cycle. And we say, for each of those goals, what are the 5 activities that I need to do every single week in order to maximize the probability of me achieving that goal? So let's say, for example, you want to get to $300,000 a month. Well, you probably need to generate leads. You need to make sure that the sales team has their diaries full. You need to make sure that those clients have a great onboarding experience. You need to make sure you've got the appropriate team in place, the KPIs are tracked, so on and so forth. We come up with a list of the activities. And we say, okay, well, how do I describe them in a way that I can measure that weekly? Okay, so I need to have 10 appointments a week. I need to generate 200 leads over the month, so 50 leads a week, whatever those numbers may be. And what we then do is then we create a weekly planner. So our weekly planner is first thing on a Monday. We say, okay, what am I going to do to plan my week? What are my actions that I had for the quarter, for the weekly actions that I required? What days am I going to do those actions? And I want to schedule that time in advance. How do I make sure that I've got planning and execution time, that I've got buffer time to deal with issues that come up, that I've got reflection time, and then I've got action time for everything else? And we allocate that all out in advance. And then on a Friday, we do what we call a Friday self-assessment, where we rate and review our week. Okay, what did I do well? What could I have done better? Did I hit my targets? And then how can I learn what I could do better next week to get out ahead of it? And this is what high-performance people do. High-performance people have a high clarity on their goals and what they're actually trying to achieve. They're deeply connected to their goals and aspirations. 2, they know how to plan properly. Because when we plan properly, we create seamless pathways for us to get from where we are to our goals. And it removes the decision-making fatigue of thinking about what we need to do or actually getting distracted doing completely wrong things that aren't getting us any closer to our goals. And thirdly, they take action. They do the bloody work. When the time is allocated, they do what is expected of them in the allocated time. And then fourthly, they reflect. And they make sure that they are fierce critics of themselves. So what did they do well? What could they have done better? And then how can they improve moving forward? So I want you to let me know, out of this system, what can you do to improve the quality of your time investment so you can improve the quality of your financial results? Let me know in the comments.